Ingraham wanted to address the midterm elections, and she wanted to urge the people watching her show to go out there and vote, specifically for Republicans, because if you don't vote for Republicans, then you will be replaced. I'm not kidding. Here's her commentary. Take a look.
We mandate E-Verified to penalize businesses who game the system to keep American wages low. Of this, my friends, you can be sure. Your views on immigration will have zero impact and zero influence on a House dominated by Democrats who want to replace you, the American voters, with newly amnestied citizens and an ever-increasing number of chain migrants.
She adopted kids from Guatemala. Like, I can't get over that. Like, her kids will one day watch this content and see the types of things she says about Guatemalans who are fleeing violence in their own countries looking for safety here. Anyway, just wanted to get that out.
Now, when she said they're looking to replace you and you should not let them replace you, I was like, I thought I heard that somewhere before. And then I remembered where I heard it. Here's where I heard it.
Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us! Jews will not replace us!
Right, that's where I heard it. And she just took out Jews and put in immigrants. Does that make it better? The immigrants will not replace us. She just told everybody, go out there and vote. Now, look, who's us? Who's you? She said, oh, they want to replace you. Wait, I'm an immigrant, so am I replacing myself? No, of course, her vision of you and us is white people. So if you're an immigrant, whether you're from somewhere else like I am or you're a Latino, you're not part of the us. You're the part that's replacing us. And so we won't have it. So everybody go out there and vote for Republicans because they're the party of the white. Now for us rational people, no, of course white people vote for Republicans and Democrats. And yes, older white male voters do go disproportionately towards Republicans, but they're not all because of race, et cetera. And there's millions upon millions of white people that vote for Democrats that are progressive, et cetera. We don't think in racial terms, but that's what Fox News and Laura Ingraham is obsessed with.
But I don't get it. I mean, by her own logic, isn't she the enemy? She's the one who brought children from Guatemala to the United States.
That's a great point. Why did you replace an American baby with a Guatemalan baby? Why did you do that, Laura?
I just don't understand it. And look, as someone who's white and was born here in the United States, I don't understand and cannot wrap my head around this ridiculous, irrational fear about being replaced. I don't understand it. Why are they so afraid? What are they so afraid of? I don't get it.
Well, I do. And so it's because you're a decent person. And so it's hard to think about it from their perspective. Number one, Laura Ingraham profits off of racism and fascism. So she knows that her audience is, on average, on Fox News, 68 years old. She knows they're very conservative. They come from a different time. And in that time, white people oppressed all the other minorities. And they call that making America great. That's when America was great. They'd like to make it great again when white people ruled and black people knew their place and Latinos knew their place. They knew their place was not at our water fountains and our pools and in our diners, et cetera, et cetera. Now they don't know their role anymore. They don't know their place. Now they're trying to vote like us. They're now American citizens and they have the same rights as me. I'm white. How dare you? So part of it is she just simply wants to make money off that crowd, and she has no morality whatsoever, so she's happy to do that. And the second part of it is she probably believes it. Yeah, I mean, you grew up in a house that was understanding and accepting, and you're white, but you're also an immigrant, right? Mm-hmm. It's a different context. Laura Ingraham's own brother came out and said, our dad was a drunk and a Nazi. And so she grew up in that environment and thought that's what makes America great. And so she goes out there and pushes that propaganda. Hey, don't let those other people, I got news for you, Laura, there's a lot of us who are the others. And we're also American, and this is gonna break your heart, but we're 100% American, Laura. Sad day for you. You're not any more American than me. In fact, I think you're a lot less American than me because you don't understand the point of this country. You never read the Constitution. You don't believe in equality. You don't believe in liberty. You don't believe in the things that are written in the Constitution. You're just a white nationalist and a religious zealot. You know, the religious zealotry, you'd be thrilled with Saudi Arabia. And nowadays you probably are, covered up for them.
So we have this type of messaging in our media, and we certainly have this type of messaging in politics as well. And to give you an example of that, we have Representative Steve King, a Republican from Iowa, who has just endorsed someone who is proud to be a white nationalist in Toronto. So this is a person who's running in Canada, and Representative King tweeted out his support of Faith Goldy, a far-right white nationalist who is looking to lead Canada's largest city, again, Toronto. So here's what he wrote: Faith Goldy, an excellent candidate for Toronto mayor, pro-rule of law, pro-make Canada safe again, pro-balanced budget, and best of all, pro-Western civilization and a fight for our values. Faith Goldy will not be silenced. So let's learn a little bit more about Goldy. Goldy is an openly racist white nationalist who has at times recited the infamous 14 words used by neo-Nazis in reference to preserving the white race. Also, after the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, Goldy was fired after going on a podcast for the white supremacist website, The Daily Stormer.
Okay, let's pause. You go on Daily Stormer, you're a neo-Nazi. Okay, that's a neo-Nazi website. That's not a site that has, oh, one of the contributors was a neo-Nazi, or one of the guys was a white supremacist. No, the point of Daily Stormer is it is a neo-Nazi website. You don't go on it. I was going to say go on it. You'll see. They're very, very proud of that. Who goes on a neo-Nazi podcast? Someone who likes neo-Nazis. She didn't go on there to fight him. She went on there to agree with them. And using the 14 words. Okay, well, that's you declaring yourself a Nazi.
That's right.
So Steve King is a member of Congress, the United States Congress. He walks in the halls of power. And this guy is endorsing Nazis. That's what he's doing.
By the way, Goldy has also recommended a book calling for the elimination of Jews. And
you might be a Nazi if you think the Jews should be eliminated.
And by the way, she suggested that if she loses this mayoral election, it will be because the election was rigged. Look,
what does that remind me of?
Yeah, look, this spread of right-wing extremism, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in Brazil right now. You have candidates like this in Canada. It's terrifying, and to know that we have elected officials here enabling it, pushing it, and recommending it is scary, and we need to be aware of it, and we need to do something and vote them out of office.
Steve King on several occasions has talked about how we need to get our birth rates up. He doesn't mean American birth rates, he means white birth rates. And he says you can't, fix the civilization with other people's babies. Same exact idea as Laura Ingraham, the same idea in Charlottesville. They will not replace us. They think the immigrants are coming to replace them. And last thing, why are they so antagonistic? So, okay, it would be weird because to be antagonistic against white people, that would be so bizarre. Why? What a random thing, right? Why pick a random color and be antagonistic against it? No, here's why. In their case, they think, well, I like oppressing other people. I like being on top of them. So I assume that if the immigrants get in charge or blacks or Latinos get in charge, they'll do the same thing I want to do and I like doing, which is oppressing the people under them. So if they're the majority, oh no, they're going to terrorize us and oppress us, etc., just like we did to them. And in that case, I'm referring to right-wing conservatives in this country who have enjoyed oppressing minorities for as long as America has existed. So now they think, because they're doing projection, and that's their frame of mind, they think, well, they're gonna do it back to us. Yeah. Well, you're lucky as it turns out, because they're not. They're not monsters like you, Steve King and Laura Ingraham. They're gonna do no such thing. But you, on the other hand, have revealed yourself for exactly who you are. Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.